I want you guys to watch this clip from Dana White. This was before the Strickland fight this past weekend, and we saw the videos going around Strickland when he got
This is in Canada, right?
I believe so, yes,
Yeah.
up where the fight was, which I don't think Joe Rogan went up there to even commentate because of
I would only go up there to save Kirk with Skyhook.
Anyway, Dana White got asked this question at UFC, and he had this to say about freedom of speech. You guys want to run this?
You obviously give a long leash to your fighters about, what they can say when they are up there with a UFC microphone and you are getting into territory of homophobia, transphobia. Like, is there...
I don't give anybody a leash.
Well, I'm saying you...
A leash?
I'm like...
Free speech. Control what people say. Going to tell people what to believe. Going to tell people... I don't tell any other human being what to say, what to think, and there's no leashes on any of them. What is your question?
I was asking that question. I'll move on, though.
Yeah, probably a good idea. That's ridiculous to say I give somebody a leash. Free speech, brother. People can say whatever they want and they can believe whatever they want.
That's the perfect response.
It's the perfect response. Now, that doesn't mean that when every boss operates like that. Adam Silver doesn't operate like that in the NBA, right? You say one bad thing about China, and there's guys in suits that show up at your house. So I think this is just another great example of why Dana White is the best commissioner or head of any sport that there is. I really believe that. And yeah, we've met Dana. Has Dana done things that I don't agree with in the past? Yes, but I think Dana would be the first one to sit here and say, "Hey, I've made mistakes."
Yeah.
Right. Like it's the transparency, right? And I think what we're seeing now is that. The scariest part to me is that guy who asked that question, it's like a foregone conclusion to some people that free speech just isn't around anymore. Mm-hmm. That it's just like, oh, well, you're controlling what everybody says. And once everybody thinks that what people are saying gets controlled, then it never ends up good. There's never a branch off of that ends up good. The only thing that did was Dana White's response there. And I tell you what, I feel bad. Not to get too deep in this, for our Canadian friends up north, because I know there's a lot of really good people in Canada that don't like what's going on, just like there's a lot of people here. But luckily, I think we're in a little bit of a different situation than Canada is from our ability as the people to kind of end up controlling what we want to control. I'm worried about them up there, man.
Yeah, me too. And whether you agree with Dana White or disagree with Dana White, at least he stands firm on a position so that you can agree with him or disagree with him. So many of these other commissioners, they toe a corporate line. They toe a corporate line with their PR marketing message, and I don't really know what they think or what they believe, and it's hard to even agree or disagree because you're just getting a statement full of nonsense.
Well, it's design. That's by design. Like they don't even want you to ask questions about what they believe. They just want to go with the status quo, right? What's politically correct, what's not going to cause any trouble. And, there's part of me, David, that I guess I can understand some of it, not trying to make waves.
It's a bigger risk to do that.
It's a bigger risk to do that. But it'd be different if you were just like, listen, it's like the NHL did, like with the Pride Night stuff. Like we're just not even going to touch it. We're not going to touch.
Oh, that's back though.
Any of that. It is. Oh, yeah, that's right.
The Edmonton Oilers.
It's amazing. Well, Canada.
What a great win streak.
Don't count that. But I wish you'd just stay out of it. Just stay out of it. Let's keep sports about sports. But no, I thought that answer from Dana was perfect.
Man, I agree. I think Dana's just a beacon of light of hope of what commissioners of sports leagues should be. And one thing I do think, it has to be tough to tell any fighter what to say.
Yeah.
Can you imagine looking at a Sean Strickland or a John
like, hey,
Jones,
watch your mouth.
A John Jones on a Conor McGregor, be like, hey, man, you can't say that.
Yeah, shut up.
That'll never work. But no, this is America. It's the same thing's happening here, though. I mean, our free speech is getting limited all the time. What's the difference between free speech and hate speech? That's always the question.
What's up, YouTube? Hey, do us a favor if you're stopping by. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and knock that out. We go live each weekday morning, 6:30 a.m. Central to 8 a.m. Central. If you can't catch us live, it stays on there forever, obviously. We appreciate your support. Grab some merch while you're at it.